Hi and welcome to Yarrawonga. Miserable conditions. It is not very nice at all as far as the light goes. It's drizzling, doesn't make for very good photography. Certainly a lot of atmosphere out there, that's for sure, but for photographing birds especially, it's going to make a mess of things. It's not going to work very well at all. I've already been playing with taking photographs of a ton of honey eaters, and man, they're teasing me because it's so dark you can't take action shots or anything. You know, I've got shutter speed down to 100 to try and get any sort of shot of them. Anyway, I think at the minute it's going to have to be landscape shots, just for something to do, which I've already done. Got a couple of sort of reasonable shots, interesting shots more than anything. This particular stump caught my eye because it's the shape of a K. I'm thinking that that's what's going to happen to that, well, this morning anyway. It'll probably be more landscape shots than anything. The drizzle is coming down really heavy now. Well, I moved to a spot that I was originally going to come to, but I just saw that other place and thought I'd give that a go first. But came down to the main reserve that I wanted to go to. It's very dark in here. I don't think I'd be able to photograph much. It's getting really heavy drizzle. I might drive back, have a look at some other spots, but my main concern is getting out of here because it's as greasy as anything. It doesn't look like it. I got the car parked just there, and man did I slip and slide on the way down here, because it's not a four-wheel drive, so the slick road tyres weren't working very well at all. So yeah, I'm slightly back uphill where I was coming slightly downhill before. So it's going to be interesting. But man, I'd love this to come here when the sun is out. It looks amazing. Definitely the yellow-footed antechinus would be in here. Be perfect conditions for it, I think. Anyway, let's give this a try. Fingers crossed that we can get the hell out of here safely. Not get bogged. We got out of there just. Well, I've come out for an afternoon session just near my caravan park, so it's only a short walk up from there to this part of the Murray River, just tracks that weave in and out and around. A nice bit of a reserve. It's really good. Now I've got about a stop extra of light, better than it was this morning. The clouds are still dark, but they're lifted up really high, so it's making a bit of a difference. Enough where I could go to 1/1000th of a second with my shutter speed to get some action. Now there was just a raptor just then, not quite sure what it was. I just need to verify it before I open my mouth, and I'll splash it on the screen when I find out. Yeah, it flew around a little bit and then landed in a tree. I've got a couple of shots here and there, but I needed them better. It wasn't in the perfect spot for a good exposure as it flew around. But then it dived down to the water, and before I could get around this shrub that was in front of me, it already picked something up, and I managed to rattle off a couple of shots. I think 1 or 2 of them I got in focus, because if we look over there, that's where it came from. You've got that tree line interfering with the focusing system. Yeah, I was having trouble trying to lock onto it. Got it a couple of times, so I think 2 of them looked alright in the camera to see when we get home. Yeah, a bit disappointing. Couldn't get on. Back button focusing. Kept going from one back to the other, trying desperately to keep on it, but anyway. Well, time for me to start heading back. I've walked probably about 8 kilometres, maybe a bit more. That's where I started from, on the other side of the river there. So it just gives me a good idea about what to expect for tomorrow. I've got some reasonable shots there, and hopefully in the morning we get some amazing shots with reasonably good light. Well, good morning. Although it's not, it's exactly the same as what it was yesterday. Crap, absolute crap. Very overcast, light drizzle, and I have the Osmo Action camera's exposure wide open as much as possible so you can see me. So it's probably lying a little bit to you. Probably doesn't look that dark, but it is. It's very gloomy. But we're out in the great outdoors, regardless of whether we can get a photograph or not, and just going for an adventure. That's the way I'm looking at it this morning. But fingers crossed things work out for us. We get some nice shots, especially like I'm always after. Action shots is the #1 goal. That's the mighty Murray River, and that's the inlet that I've been following around, so circumnavigating that whole shoulder. And now the drizzle is turning to rain. Oh, we're getting some wind on the mic. See if we can cover up those microphones from the wind. And yeah, I've just about completed the circuit. Well, good morning. It's my first time ever hand holding the R6 because it's dark, it's daybreak. So it's just enough light so I can film myself. Beautiful atmosphere at the minute, it's really nice. Fish jumping in the background. I've just come up to the start of the reserve like I did at the end of yesterday. So I'm only 500 metres away from my accommodation. I've got 2 hours to have a nice relaxing time in the great outdoors before I have to head off home. So yeah, hopefully we can get some fantastic stuff just to finish off this adventure. So yeah. Well, my adventure has come to an end. Time for me to pack up and go back home. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Hit the little bell, you'll get notification whenever I do anything else. And if you like this video, it'd be awesome if you could give me a thumbs up. Click down below. It'll help my poor little channel grow. It'd be awesome if you could help me out with that. Okay, if you want to go and have a look at all the other mad and crazy things I've been doing in the past, like doing these sort of things out in the rain, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Take it to my channel. I talk about photographing and filming in a forest environment, out in the open. When I go on adventures, I take you with me. If I buy any new camera gear, I give you my honest opinion on them. Go and have a browse, there'll be something there of interest to you, I am sure. Now just remember, if you don't do, you don't get wet. So get out there and start photographing and filming wildlife, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.